Professor Q. So glad to be with you. So, have to have a little fun, but what are we talking about today? Well, we're going to be discussing life cycles, even more about metamorphosis. So I have a question for you. Which species of a butterfly mimics that of the monarch? Did you guess yet? It's the painted lady butterfly. Well, who and why should I care? Well, because the painted lady butterfly does a favor for the monarch, as its predator, the bird of the monarch, loves the monarchs for a delicious appetite of a dinner. However, when it sees the painted lady butterfly, it swoops in and captures that painted lady butterfly. But however, when that butterfly is consumed, that bird gets an upset tum-tum. So therefore, the bird, once it sees a monarch, remembers, oh, that's not good dinner for me. So therefore, it saves the monarchs. Isn't that amazing? Well, speaking of butterfly, we're going to be talking about those life cycles. And there's two different types of metamorphosis. Can you figure out what those are? At this time, go ahead and write both of those in your journal. Hello, I just flew right in, just a little flutter here and a little flutter there to talk about me. I heard someone was discussing life cycles and metamorphosis. Well, as a butterfly, I just absolutely love to be able to take the view in from up above. But it wasn't such that when I was just a little youngin' by any means, as you know. So, how did I all start out? Well, you want to know about my life story? Okay. Well, once a long time ago, maybe about 4 weeks, I started out as a little itty-bitty little egg, maybe about the size of the tip of this little star here. And it just took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. So, but finally, I got a little bit hungry, so I just went, I stretched out of that egg. By the way, we call that hatching. And so I just hatched out. But what was I? Was I this beautiful being of a butterfly? Of course not, silly. I was a little caterpillar. So hungry, my tum-tum was growling all the time. So I immediately just got straight to chewing all this beautiful greenery that we had. And I kept chewing and chewing and chewing. And before I knew it, I became a plump caterpillar, very satisfied. However, something didn't quite feel right. And so eventually what happened is that, I had this urge to spin. Spin! That's right, I had this urge to spin and spin. And what did I spun to be? Is I created this little button on a tree. And this tree. And then I just felt like, I just needed to get into a little J shape. That's right, you heard me say J shape, because my name is Miss Butterfly J. So I got into a little J shape, and before you know it, lo and behold, I started to be able to protect and encapsulate myself with a shield. Well, this wonderful shield is absolutely gorgeous. And in that shield, it took me, maybe about 7 days or so, I was doing things unimaginable. I was liquefying. And then from that little caterpillar, I became beautiful me. As a butterfly, I just emerged from this cocoon and was able to fly. So, speaking about my life cycle, how many stages did I go through from beginning to end? Well, let's do a little recap and write it on your journal, please, and try to figure out how how many stages did Butterfly J go through? So, did you figure out what those stages and how many it came to be for me, Butterfly J, to say hey? Well, let's talk about it and see. And if you need to, correct it in your journal as we move along. Well, I have this wonderful illustration. And so with that, let's talk about this number 1. What do you think that stage is called? The eggs. Absolutely, you are correct. This is all about the eggs. When I was just a smitty little memory in my mother's thoughts. Then moving on to number 2 stage was a little caterpillar. Well, what is the scientifically named stage for that? Did you say larva? That is correct. This is the larva stage. Now, yes, I remember that. This is the time where I was just encapsulated and become liquefied, and then became transformed. So what do we call this, would you say? It's the pupa. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Absolutely. And last but not least is beautiful me. And I am the butterfly, or otherwise the adult in the room. So this is the butterfly. So how many stages does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excelente. So the next question I have is, what do we call this type of life cycle of mine? Can you figure it out? It has 4 stages. Did you say complete metamorphosis? I think you are correct. Why would we have complete metamorphosis? Because it has 4 stages, and in science, this resembles exactly that type of metamorphosis. Let's say that name again, metamorphosis. Let's say it, metamorphosis. Well, what is metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is actually the changing of one part of that organism to another complete type of being. It's a transformation. That's right. So this is a complete transformation as we went from an egg to a butterfly. Now, sometimes people get me confused in stages with my little friends, and they call me stage 2 a pupa and stage 3 a larva. So how can we figure this out and remember the right stages and their names? Well, one way I love to do is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So which one comes before? Well, we have the eggs is the E, the L comes before the P. Alphabet, love it. Now, let's talk about my other counterpart. I have a wonderful friend named Crickety Crick Crick. But actually, Crickety Crick Crick has a better friend cousin of mine called Greasy Grasshopper. Greasy Grasshopper hops very long, as you see, little grasshoppers of me. So what happens here? With the little greasy grasshopper, we have an egg, as that little greasy grasshopper starts out of, kind of like similar to me. But however, there's something going on between 2 and number 3. So what would that be? Well, let's take a look. Number 2 observation is a little mini me of number 3. Isn't that so fun to say? Well, my oh my. Well, we know that number 1 is an eggs, so let's go ahead and place that there. But my goodness, number 2, what could that be for you? Well, we know number 3 is greasy grasshopper to be. So let's go ahead and eliminate that choice. So there's something that's new, as you see. And that's number 2. And that is a nymph. Say nymph, everybody. Nymph. That's right. The nymph is a mini-me of number 3. But how does it be? Well, there's a special transformation. And this is called molting. Have you ever heard of molting? Say molting. So number 2, in the nymph stage, that organism continues to molt, and each molt, it gets larger and larger and larger until it becomes an adult. From a molt to adult. I say molt, and you say adult. Molt, molt, molt. Wonderful. So then, let's see, if this is a complete metamorphosis, and this has 4, and this has 3, what then would the title be? Ah, correct. It is an incomplete metamorphosis. Absolutely true. So as we see, we have a full view of complete and incomplete metamorphosis. Now, I would like to challenge you to think about a little bit of this metamorphosis and the life cycle. And so with that being said, one here, as we see, we have 3 different types. And then, but oh, my goodness, my little friends have flew in as well. Hello, Miss Ladybug. Do you see little Miss Ladybug? Well, Miss Ladybug, I just love, comes in all different colors just to resemble all the reflections of me. So we have the eggs, we have the, what was that L stage? The larva. What was that? Pupa. And then we have Miss Ladybug. Isn't that wonderful? All different types of metamorphosis. Now, since you see this, does Miss Ladybug go through a complete or incomplete metamorphosis? Write that down in your journal. Oh, wonderful. So, let's look at these. These are 3 challenges I have for you. And one does not belong and is not like the other. So we have an adult, a larva, a pupa, and a seedling. Then the next we have is a puppy. I love little puppies. To be able to land on the little nose. We have a caterpillar. Oh, that reminds me of my old days. Then we have a tadpole. I had a friend have a tadpole once. And then we have a beetle larva. And last, the next 3rd challenge would be a frog life cycle, a moth life cycle. Oh, those moths just try to emulate me. They have no chance to be. Then there's a bird life cycle and a mealworm life cycle. So please, for each, I'd like for you to write and jot down in your little journal each of these and try to identify which does not belong in the category. Hello. Boop. We have another guest speaker. Of course, this little guy loves to chase me all over the room. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about adult, larva, pupa, and seedling. Well, pray goodness, what is a seedling? Oh, you mean plants go through a life cycle as well? They do, but do they go through a metamorphosis? Not like that of insects. So therefore, this seedling would be the one that would not be like the others. And we have to be cautious because a seedling is the beginning of the plant starting to grow and sprout out of the soil. Okay, our next challenge. We have a puppy, the caterpillar, the tadpole, and the beetle larva. So which did you choose? The puppy? Well, why so? Well, that's because the caterpillar, the beetle, larva, and the tadpole all go through a complete metamorphosis. So this is absolutely correct. It is the puppy. And last but not least, challenge 3. This is a toughie. along the life cycle, the moth, the bird, and the mealworm. Well, which life cycle does not belong? The moth, the mealworm, the frog, or the bird? Well, which one goes through an incomplete metamorphosis? Well, let's think. A little bird only has an egg, and then it just hatches. Boop! That's right. And there is the little bird. So, the frog, the bird, and the mealworm. So which one would it be? I think you're correct. It's going to be the bird. It's going to be the bird life cycle because that one does not like the others. This is just such a wonderful time to be able to be with you and all of my little friends. So I have a challenge. Are you ready? Yes. Write these down and make a chart. Just like I have here. You're going to write the title, Complete Metamorphosis and Incomplete Metamorphosis. All right. Write down numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now, write these names down and you're going to determine if it's complete or incomplete. Number 1 would be the cockroach, my nemesis. Number 2 would be the tick. Sometimes he just ticks me off. Number 3, I love this one, the little dragonfly. Number 4, of course, you already met some of my friends. But this would be the ant. The ants came marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. And number 5, to top it off, someone who sometimes tries to just trap me in its web, that arachnid. But try to identify if they are complete or incomplete metamorphosis. All right, do that now. Flutter away. Well, go and do your own research because inquiring minds want to know. That's how you get to be so smart like Butterfly J. Hey, hey, hey. That's right. So, it's been a pleasure to be able to speak to you today. A little bit about me and my life cycle. And what type of metamorphosis do I go through? Complete. You're so smart. You're a great listener. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go flutter away today. Ciao. Bye-bye. Wow. She was just out of this world, Miss Butterfly J. Hey, hey, hey. Didn't you love her? I thought you'd love to be able to see this special guest of ours. I mean, why not just get it from the horse's mouth? Of course, she's not a horse, she's a butterfly. Anyway, all right. So great to be able to be with you today. Remember, be strong and good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good gets better and the better gets best. And if you'd like to see more of Professor Q, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.